What's going on, you guys? I hope you're having a good morning, right? So before we start this video, I want to let you guys know that I'm not a big streamer, and I know that I'm not a big YouTube content creator or anything like that. I'm only making this video to chronicle what I'm feeling. Not only that, you guys know that I'm all about playing video games, right? So yeah. So I just read some news yesterday before I went to sleep, and I was like, there's no way this is real. There's no way that this is happening right now. And I was like, alright, whatever. And then I kept searching, and multiple articles were confirming it, and then I went into like YouTube to see what they were saying, and What Culture Gaming also confirmed it. A bunch of channels were raving over it. Not in a positive way, though. What I was reading was that for some reason Sony is planning, I don't know if it's confirmed, I haven't seen any official statement from Sony themselves, but from some reason Sony is considering remastering, redoing, rebuilding The Last of Us Part 1. And they canceled Days Gone 2. I read that and I was like, wait. Last of Us Part 1? So Last of Us Part 2 is not gonna get remastered. Is that it? I mean, I don't care if it does. I'll never play that game again. I'll possibly play the multiplayer mode if they do it, because the first one was so fun, and still there's still people who love playing multiplayer mode for The Last of Us. But Last of Us Part 1, a game that came out back in 12 or 13? It's like 8 years old, and it's already gotten a remastered for one console already? And you're telling me right now that you're gonna, for some reason, make it remastered for the PS5? A game that's my favorite game of all time. It is. I mean, I don't care if people say, oh, it's a generic zombie, third-person shooter, there's nothing special about it. It's all about the vibe, bro. Like, you could say whatever you want, but I was into it from the moment it started till the moment it ended. I don't care. It's my favorite game of all time. It's a beautiful game. But, unfortunately, I've never supported any types of remakes or reboots. Well, reboots, no, because you can reboot a game and like change the story and ump up the graphics. They don't usually do that. They just do remakes nowadays, and like the remakes are the reboots of movies. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm feeling with video games. The video game remakes are just a cash grab to feed off of the nostalgia of other, of fans that love your product. You know they love your product so much, so you're like, let's feed into the nostalgia. But the game is not even 10 years old, and it's already gotten a remaster. If I want to play the game, I can go into my PS4, install the remastered edition, and still play a good looking, amazing action game, which is scary at times. It's I don't know why they're doing this. And it just seems like a freaking cash grab. That's it. Oh, nostalgia. Oh, yes. What I also think is, since the show was coming out, there's going to be a TV show for The Last of Us coming out. I don't know. It doesn't have an official date yet. But since it's coming out, I'm going to go ahead and assume that this video game, remastered, remake, whatever, it's gonna come out maybe after or before that show starts, so people can, I don't know, get to know the story. But if you're like a normal person who's not a gamer, right, and you love HBO, like some people just love HBO as a program, they're subscribed to it, and they're like, I wonder what The Last of Us TV show, they watched the first season and they're like, I wonder what this is based on. And they're like, ooh, there's a video game that came out a few, years ago? And they're like, I don't know about that. I mean, I don't really go for the hassle of having to play an old game, And they're like, oh, here, we have a remake. You could just play this new game with updated graphics. It's all for you, man. $60, please. Because it's not going to be a $30, $20 game. It's not going to be that. It's going to be a $60, maybe even a $70 game if it's a PS5 exclusive, which I assume it's going to be. And PS5 games have gone up from $60 to $70, even the remakes like Demon Souls. And this is what I'm saying. They're just taking whatever IP they have, and Sony has a lot of original games that are really good, but they're really just feeding the nostalgia. I think Days Gone was a decent game, but they ended it in a cliffhanger, and I was interested. I was like, all right, the first game had problems, technically and in story, but they ended it in a pretty good note. And with the patches and all that, it was kind of decent. I went back to it. I've already had it. It's free now on PlayStation Plus. I went back to it and I was like, this game's kind of fun. It's kind of like a good time to play. And they canceled the second game for some reason. Supposedly they had a lot of trouble during the production, but it's one of the most successful games that Sony had that year. I'm like, why would you now follow that piggy bank instead of trying to cash into the nostalgia of this game, which you have already established? It already has a sequel. It's not even 10 years old. It's not really old. It's not like you're remaking Crash Bandicoot or the Shadow of the Colossus or Spyro, like old games from PS1, PS2 era. Alright, then there I'm like, okay, you're still feeding into the nostalgia, and I don't like it. I've never bought a remake. The only remake that I bought myself was Resident Evil 2, and I waited a whole year for it to be at least $20, and then I bought it. I don't like remakes. I don't like them. And they keep doing it. They keep making them. Prince of Persia. There's going to be a new Mass Effect remake. Resident Evil is going to keep doing remakes because that's the new thing. They're going to do Resident Evil 4 instead of focusing on the next, Resident Evil 8, which is coming out next month, and then 9, 10, whatever. But no, let's do Resident Evil 4 again, which has already been, remastered for the PS4, GameCube, all these other things. And if people want to play it, they can just go back and play it. No, let's just remake it and make it a cash grab type of thing. I don't know, guys. It's just, they keep doing this, and I don't like it. It's a cash grab. It is what it is. I'm not buying it. I'm not supporting it. If I want to go play The Last of Us Part 1, I can go ahead and download it. If you're going to change the story, that's something else. But it's not. It's not.